When I stand here, we are choosing to look at the football and only the football, not the other things, because the show must go on. So we saw the way Ghana set up against Sudan in that opening game. And I was looking at Sudan's previous games at home when they faced Niger. They set up in a quite similar manner, quite deep, defending, but then looking to catch the Nigerians on the counter. In fact, Niger had a really good attacking offensive display against Sudan. It was a set piece that helped Sudan win that game. So they were pretty similar to what we saw against the Black Stars. So if we are going with a similar setup tomorrow against the Sudanese, where we had our fullbacks pushing high, especially offensively, our fullbacks pushing very high up, giving the width, and having our wingers sort of tucking in, occupying the half spaces. I think personnel will be very important. Now, when you look at the first 50, 60 minutes of the game, yes, we created a couple of decent chances, but I feel it wasn't until Inaki came on that the chances started becoming a bit more frequent. And for me, that is because of the movement that he does in the final third. Inaki is a very intelligent forward player. In fact, and we've seen some of his. The unfortunate thing is that most of it don't necessarily always end up in goals, so people don't really remember. But it creates lots of very good opportunities. And the goal I can remember, if you remember the Angola, when we went away against Angola, him drifting onto the wide, that 1-2. Joseph Pinsel cutting it for Osman Bukari. That's the sort of movement that he can give you. And when he comes or when he's playing, there's a certain level of fluidity in the front line. And we need that also because he also has some goals in him. If you are looking at the profile and the number of goals that he has, obviously he hasn't worked for the Black Stars, but how many of them have scored? You still have to put your best foot forward. I feel like we're a bit too static in that first half. The movement in the front line wasn't the best. Jordan is a sort who likes the ball played to feet, so he will always drop deep wanting it. He's not going to make those runs in behind. And if you want to exploit that defense, there needs to be constant movements to drag the defenders away from their marking zones. So we look at Inaki Williams. This is against Niger. So this is Inaki. And from this, it doesn't really look like an opportunity. It looks like he's outnumbered. He's running into this zone, and that is occupied by two Nigerian defenders. But it's the way he just peels off them. Once Isahaku makes it, watch his run. He peels off, goes to the back post, and all of a sudden he has space for himself. He wasn't able to score, but
that should have been the goal.
Yeah, it's the intelligent movement that we need. Because look, and I always say this, it's always the movement that makes the pass look good.
Yeah.
If you are number 10, if you're a playmaker and you have a static forward, you are going to have a difficult game.
Yes.
It's the runs that make the passes possible. So if you are not making those runs, you are going to make it very difficult for yourself. Now, this is Inaki again in that game. Just to play this. Constantly on the move. He makes this, he wins the ball, and then the presence of mind to wait for support. And that's what he also has. He's a very good link-up team player. Mm-hmm. The finishing, sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. But when he's around, you know that you create spaces, you create openings. He waits for the support. I think his Kudus comes in, and all of a sudden he makes space for himself again. He's making this crossing. So I feel like, in terms of personnel, I would sacrifice Semenyo in that left-hand channel and play either Semenyo or Nyama. But I'm leaning towards Nyama because Semenyo, Inaki, Jordan have goals in them. They have more goals in them than Nyama. So I'll put Inaki maybe on the right, but offer the two of them can, that is Inaki and Semenyo, will be switching in that left and right channel. And the movement, the fluidity. Inaki, if he's standing in that number 9, will be comfortable. Jordan coming to the right will be comfortable. So that there's constant movement in there. And also, when you look at this, because Inaki was the starting number 9, once he occupied this zone, there was no willing runner to make the run of the number 9. But if you have, and again, with the setup that we went on Thursday, if you have Inaki in this zone, Jordan and Semenyo can occupy this, and probably this will be a tap, and hopefully the spirit of the Kudus Miss doesn't take over them on tomorrow. But again, look at Inaki's movement again, and he's literally constantly willing to run, always looking for that opportunity
always
to create.
Mobile.
Always mobile. Now you look at him again. This is Inaki. Points. He gets the pass from Salisu. Good control. And it's a very good save by the goalkeeper. This was inches away. This could have been 2-0, and we may not even have been having this conversation. But it happened. Then this is Inaki again when he came on Thursday.
Against
Sudan. So this is Inaki Williams again. Now, it's just the movement I want you guys to watch. He picks up, and as soon as Kudus picks up the ball, he's on the run, making that run into the channel. And this was, again, he made the cross in, but that number 9 run, Kudus' run it's not that instinctive number 9 center forward run. He should be attacking the 6-yard box for a tap-in. He attacked the near post, and he's a left-footed player. Would have always, even if he got contact onto the ball, it would have been very difficult for him to divert it towards goal. So if you have Inaki playing in that area, and you have another striker in there, Inaki and Jordan and Semenyo, you'll be having a bit more end product to some of these scenarios that you create. Again, this is Inaki Williams. At this point, he's surrounded, but the willingness to run, make space for himself. He uses Kudus as a decoy, goes into space, takes a shot. The guy is very intelligent, and I enjoy players like this.
That's why you would pick him to start.
To start the game.
On Tuesday.
Yeah, to start the game. And unfortunately, players like him they are overly judged on goals.
Right.
In a system that doesn't suit them, or a system that is not created to exploit his strengths. Exactly. So if you look at him at club level, Bilbao fans don't really bother themselves about his goals. It's his movement. When he's on the pitch, there are a bit more chances, or a lot more chances created. He has assists. They don't always look at his goals as the reason why he's a good player or he's not a good player. A player like Kai Havertz, a player like Bobby Firmino, they are not the type where you should just look at the goals. When they are around, other attacking players will have a lot more freedom to maneuver and a lot more opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net. This is Inaki again. And look at the near post run that he makes. Takes the defender there, allows Kudus to make that 6-yard box run. And this is all about understanding. Because somebody who knows he's a striker will make the obvious run, which is straight down the middle. But the awareness to know that Kudus is behind him and Kudus is making that 6-yard box center run, he has to make the near post run. And it's just these little things. This one he did Ampam. But the last time he did Ampam, Kudus scored. That was at the World Cup. So it's a style. It's not like it's style. It's a disguised. Yeah, it's very intentional. Because the last time it happened, Kudus scored. So unfortunately, but yeah, this is why I would want Inaki to start tomorrow, because we need a team that is short of confidence. Confidence is low in the camp. They've created a lot of chances. You need to start creating those opportunities, and the more you create, the more your chances of scoring are. And I think Inaki represents that chance for us.
Fair enough. Yeah.